back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It's Wednesday, Wanderlust Wednesday. That's 3 in a row. We're on a roll here. We're trying to do 7 and 7. We haven't done that in a while, so let's see if we can keep this thing rolling. Today, I suspect it's kind of a shorter episode today. But anyway, I've got Wanderlust topics. I've got these bands that no one's ever heard of, these total obscure songs that maybe I only care about. Then I've got some episodes that I'm thinking about redoing from season 1 or 2, just to kind of give it that remastered Criterion Collection version, since those seasons were kind of rough. So yeah, I'm trying to mix up that. And then there's some bands who I'm like, well, I think a lot of people know this band from this one song, but maybe not some of these deeper cuts. So, anyway, I'm all over the place. But this one is an oddity. Strange, but I did listen to it. We played this, so it counts. But we're going back to 1994, 30 years ago. We're talking about a band called Beautiful People, not to be confused with the Marilyn Manson song. Beautiful People were a techno house dance band, a British band that was put together by a producer to make some music. It's kind of hard to figure this whole story out, but basically he got this band together, is the way the story goes, and they put off this single, just a one house single that was like Jimi Hendrix vocals was sampling of like house music, techno music in the background. One song. And then somehow Eric Clapton got a hold of it, liked it, or something, and said he wanted to be the manager or put it out or do something, eventually passing it on to someone that he knew called Alan Douglas. And Alan Douglas was a famous record producer, but he also was the former creative head of the Jimi Hendrix Estate. So somehow he managed to get these guys who were not, they weren't anyone famous, to get rights to sampling any Jimi Hendrix song, all of them, any of them, whichever ones they wanted. That's what they got. They got permission to sample any Jimi Hendrix song, which would be Jimi Hendrix actual vocals and guitar. Not them playing the riffs, but the actual samples from the actual records. Sounds crazy, right? Anyway, but that's what happened. And they ended up putting out a whole record called If 60's Were 90's. I think it was called If 60's Was 90's originally, because it was only put out in the UK in 92. And then it eventually got released in America in 94. And they had a minor hit on here, really groovy, went to number 3 on the dance charts in the UK, and If 60's Were 90's went to number 74. If you call that a hit. Coming to Get You is the lead track, which I listened to a lot. But I did listen to this record. I played it in the record store a lot because it was different and groovy, but it was still Jimi Hendrix. Keep in mind, this is when I was all in on Enigma. Remember the band Enigma? Remember we were into Gregorian chants. This is around that time. And that's what we did. We actually went out and bought actual Gregorian chant albums of just them doing that, just chanting. But anyway, this is house music. This same idea, like a beat in the background, but then it's Jimi Hendrix's voice and his guitar solos. It's dreamy, it's funky, it's weird. I don't know. And then I hadn't listened to it forever, and I was going through stuff in here, and I actually found the CD, and I was like, wow, I forgot about this. So I started listening to it. So I don't know. This is for you to decide, but check out If 60's Were 90's, the song. That would be my favorite. Really groovy is up there, and then a little bit of the intro of Coming to Get You. But anyway, that's interesting. But who plays... Oh, the other thing that's interesting is who plays drums. 2 more interesting things, then we'll cut it short. The drummer on here is Robin Goodridge, who would later be the drummer for the band Bush, 16 Stone, all that. That's who that is. And in 94, they opened up for Oasis. That's when Oasis was huge. Noel Gallagher liked them enough to ask them personally to open up for them on their UK tour for Definitely Maybe tour in 94. How about that? There you go. What was that, 5 minutes? Beautiful people. If 60s were 90s, check it out. Put your comments below. Whatever you're doing today, I hope it involves music. Are we going to get to Thirsty Thursday? Gonna get an Octane Friday? Are we? Are we gonna? Whatever you're doing again, hope it involves music. Today it involves something a little bit different, and as usual, catch you on the flip side.